Writing is something Rebecca Fisher has always enjoyed. But one story she wrote was personal.
I wrote a short story, and I couldn't get this image out of my mind of this young woman fleeing from this abusive marriage.
From this short story, Rebecca wrote her first book, the story of her life. Rebecca grew up in a busy household with 3 siblings and working parents. She felt like she was invisible. The need for attention grew stronger as she entered her teenage years, even though she tried to cover it up.
I was pretty good at hiding a lot of things. On the surface, I looked fine, I looked happy.
Rebecca went to church as a child. She was a good kid. But once she discovered boys and partying, any restraint she once had was replaced with reckless living.
All of those things with the boys and the partying, and it just got to that point, that breaking point, and I found myself pregnant with a man I hardly knew at all.
Rebecca believed the right thing to do was to marry the father of her child. After the wedding, they moved into an apartment attached to the funeral home where her husband worked. Rebecca was now confronted by death every day and started asking questions.
Where did they go? Clearly something is missing from this body. What is it? And what does that mean for me and this new baby? Here I have this brand new baby, new life, and I'm bringing it home to a place of death. And
that wasn't the only problem. Rebecca's marriage had struggled from the beginning. As time wore on, her husband became verbally abusive and even threatened to kill her. Rebecca knew she had to leave. Eventually, the marriage ended.
That was frightening, to be on my own with this little baby. I didn't know what I was going to do. Being a single mom was probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
With little money, no job, and nowhere to go, Rebecca remembered some of the things she learned in church as a young girl.
I've had someone tell me that you have to need God like a drowning man needs air. And that's when you experience Him, and that's where I was. I was drowning and desperate, and I cried out to Him, and all of a sudden, everywhere I turned were people who were loving me unconditionally. I had never felt that before, ever.
Rebecca found work and enrolled in college. There were difficult times, but she believed God was providing for her.
It didn't take long before I started saying, okay, what about this Jesus thing? What is that? And what does that mean? And I would cry out to Him again, please tell me, if this is real, please tell me.
Rebecca got her answer in a dream.
I was running for some reason, holding my daughter, running through a forest. We came to an opening and there were 3 rivers in this forest. Something caught my attention and I looked to the river of lava, and there at the end is Jesus standing. I knew I had to put us into this river of lava. And I wasn't afraid anymore. I saw Him, He comforted me, and I did it. And I woke up. I knew He was Lord, and I knew that even through a river of lava, He could bring me peace. And it was just like my life at that time. It was such turmoil and chaos, and He brought me peace through all of it. Yeah.
Rebecca gave her life to Christ after the dream. She met and married Jeff, who also had a daughter, and a story similar to Rebecca's. Over the years, their faith in Jesus has grown as they raised 2 teenage daughters together.
I look back and I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I never would have thought, sitting on our couch in the mortuary, that I would be here one day.
As Rebecca writes today, she reflects on how far she's come. She says it's all because Jesus Christ gave her a new life.
I don't necessarily deserve it. I don't know that any of us deserve, the life He has in store for us. But He has it to offer, and we just have to become willing to take it.